Hey, film fans, this is Chris. We're talking through the medias, and I have a special guest with me today. You might know her. If you've ever had green screen problems, you definitely know this lady. This is Shereese Livingston from Reese TV. Did I say that right? Is it Reese TV?
Yes, it is Reese TV. R-Y-C,
Outstanding. I
Reese.
was so afraid that I was going to get that wrong, and then
Oh, it's
just
quite all right. It's quite okay. It's interesting to see other people try to spell it after I tell them, hey, it's Reese TV. Oh, like the snack? Well, yeah, like the snack, but it's spelled R-Y-C-E. But why? Because my name is spelled C-H-E-R-Y-C.
but right now, then I won't make that mistake. So,
Fair enough.
well, the first thing that I wanted to get out of the way first, because it's the end of the weekend, and I didn't go to the movies this weekend. I don't know if you did or not, but I like to go through the rundown of the box office. So what did you see anything this weekend? Did you go to the movies at all?
No, not this weekend.
On the top of the chart was The Secret Life of Pets. And that's a movie that I really want to see. You have any interest in seeing that?
I do. I really do. Especially I have 2 children. It'll be an easy go and watch something with them that most likely I will enjoy, and maybe they will enjoy. A lot of the things that are for kids are really more so for adults. So, that's a catch-22. But hey, they're there for the snacks. So that's all that they, care about anyway.
And see the dogs and the cats running around. But hey, it made over $103 million this weekend on its debut. Took the top spot. Tarzan came in at number 2 with only 20 mil, a little bit over 20 mil. And very close to it was Finding Dory. I think this was Finding Dory's what? 14?
I also watched Finding Dory. I think, that's what I watched too.
How was that one?
That was okay.
But I did, you know what? I'm lying. I did go to the movies. I did. I saw Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates.
Oh, really?
I premiered that movie. I saw it before it came out, and then I went and I saw it again yesterday.
Okay. How was it?
That movie, it was funny. That's a good movie to watch if you want to have a good time. It's not the greatest comedy in the world, but it's not weak. It's not one of those movies you have to have a drink before watching. You will enjoy yourself.
So. Yes, have a good time after you drink.
But I was surprised that it debuted at number 4 right after Finding Dory. It debuted at number 4. It only made 16 mil, but hopefully word will get out there that it is pretty good. So I recommend go and check it out.
Okay.
And then to round it off, I guess what we have the next on the list is number 5 is The Purge. Election year. What do you think?
Not my type of movie.
No. And after that, Central Intelligence came in at number 6 with 8 million. Dropped off. It's been in the box. It's been in the box office for about 5 weeks now. It's his 4th week.
But yeah, I know it's been a good minute. Like, oh, it came out. It was just unexpected. Like a Pokemon just jumping out. Oh.
Have you checked it out yet?
No. I have not checked that out.
Kevin Hart, you think that his time has finally come and gone, but he always brings people back. Number 7 at the box office. It came all the way. It made a whopping $7 million this weekend. Your favorite movie, Independence Day Resurgence. Then after that, the BFG, the Big Friendly Giant, which was Steven Spielberg, and I'm surprised on how bad that one's been doing.
I can understand how it did, because like you look at the title and it's supposed to be Big Friendly Giant.
Exactly.
That's not what goes on in your head when you see
the BFG.
BFG. You don't.
You can take that in so many ways.
Like, big fuck. It's like
exactly best friend girl. Like Like you don't know what direction you can go in a bad direction or good direction.
Right, exactly. And I understood the magic of it. And once again, it's one of those movies of, oh, it came out?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You didn't even notice it.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you see it in the movie theater every time you go to the movie. Oh, big, you know, I keep wanting to say big effing giant.
Big I thought you were about to curse that big.
Right. And it's like, okay.
No, well, I can't wait to skip that movie.
Magical. Let me be. I'm not sure if I'm there. I'm not. Oh, he is bullied by bigger giants. I guess he must be a vegetarian. That is.
Why are we watching this big giant when we got a bigger one over there? I don't know.
It's like, how is he a big, friendly giant and there are big, angry giants? There's not a bigger, friendly giant around him. Like, why is he the runt?
Exactly.
Why is he Jon Snow?
I think it was based on a children's book too, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Oh, I would not. I hardly read, so.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't get away from, these book readers. I mean, they will constantly remind you, that's not about the book. That's not in the book.
But real quick to round off the top 10. So after that came The Shallows, and then the movie Sultan, which is something I don't know anything about, was number 10. Huh. But just like you said earlier, this hasn't been a great year for summer blockbusters.
No, it hasn't. It seems like if it's not nerdy, then nobody really cares about it. It's like the more anticipated movies are your Marvel movies or superhero movies in general. I mean, everybody's been amping themselves up for Batman versus Superman and hating it and loving it. I mean, the only thing that's non-superhero is that everybody's kind of looking out for is probably Ghostbusters.
and whether you know what, as much flack as that movie's getting, I think something, and I'm starting now to believe that it's a boomerang effect is about to happen, that people are downing it and hitting it so hard that they're all gonna flood out to see how bad it is, and it's gonna bring the numbers up so high. Well, let's get to the main topic of this episode. For episode 32, I had a little discussion earlier, and it turned out that you have similar situation. I am not and this is a weird transition. We're going to go from one. Well, no, this is a good transition from one space alien movie to another, Star Trek. Then we know that the new Star Trek movie is about to come out, and I am not a Trekkie. I don't know if you're a hardcore Trekkie.
Nope.
And okay, so you're not. So I wanted to talk about Star Trek from the point of view of us average guys and average ladies who might think, okay, that was a pretty good movie. I mean, even without knowing all of the history, the whole cinematic universe, the whole timeline and all that stuff. What do you think about what's going on with these new Star Trek movies?
It's hard to say. It really is. Like, I like Star Trek, the new generation. Jean-Luc Picard, that is my captain. I will follow him to every X-Men movie. I will.
You mean Professor X?
Yeah, but we're just gonna call it. I mean, his real name is Stewart. So Patrick Stewart. So yes, I will follow Patrick Stewart anywhere he goes. Okay, he is such a great actor. So I know a little bit about Star Trek lore only because of that series, but there's only a certain time that I've watched up. Like, I watched up until he became a cyborg, and then they had to kill him, or let's say until he died, and then he came back again as a cyborg, evil cyborg, and then they had to kill him. But anyway, that's neither here or there. But I don't like the original Star Trek crew. I never did like.
You mean from the old TV show?
No, I didn't like the old TV show. I couldn't take the "I'm going to space"
Yeah, they made fun of that in the first movie
Huh?
that J.J. Abrams did.
Right. I'm not that type of fan. And so that's the thing. Like the first movie, it appealed to those people who didn't really like that. Even though they had the same characters.
Mhm.
These characters didn't act the same. And which got on my husband's nerves, who is a hardcore Trekkie. And he's
Mhm.
like, well, my Captain Kirk wasn't so much of a wuss. And I'm like, okay, well, he kind of lost his dad. So this is a completely different storyline. Can we just
Right.
enjoy this? I mean, I love from the music to the acting. I loved it all. I mean, I was
I think you're right
also
about that.
I
A
was
lot of a
already
lot of
a fan.
people who were hardcore Trekkies didn't like it for the reason that people who aren't as into it for the reason that they do like it. It's weird
Right.
how it's such a divide.
Right. And the thing is, my husband says he was a wuss, and I'm like, dude, he took down or he fought 6 guys at one time. They were having a hard problem. I mean, a hard time with him. And so I think that that's worth, some applause. Oh, my Captain Kirk was able to take down, 50 guys at once. Like, whatever, dude.
What episode was that?
dude, calm down. But and then I can't remember his name right now, which sucks. But the Spock that the actor that played Spock in this one, I loved him from Heroes. Even though he was the hero throughout Heroes, I enjoyed him. So it was reaching out to this new generation who loved Heroes, or who loved at least the first 2 seasons of Heroes, maybe the last season, and said, you know what, let's appeal to them. And they did a great job with that first movie. The second movie, they said, you know what, a lot of the actual Trekkies, the hardcore Trekkies, were really disturbed by that first movie. So let's go ahead and appeal to them by giving them the same crap that they grew up with. The same movie, just different people playing the same role. And they looked at it like, are you freaking serious?
Yeah, and I think you're right about that. And I heard that they're really trying to do that for the third one. They're trying to get it back to the TV show. So I
And
don't know.
so
You
now
can make
you're going to
everybody
lose a
happy.
lot of the fans that you got with that first movie.
You're probably right about that. I mean, I'm with you. I wasn't hardcore into all the shows. I actually liked the Enterprise show, but it was short lived. I don't know. I'm just enjoying it for what it is. I just feel like I don't like to say I like to turn my brain off and enjoy the movie. I think it actually was entertaining, but I can see why other people who are hardcore Trekkies have a problem with it, and because it's people don't like change. But at the same time, who was dying for Star Trek movie right now? Nobody. I mean, J.J. Abrams figured out how to make it profitable and franchisable. I mean, it's not because the original Star Trek movies, they didn't make that much money. It was hard to convince them to get those produced. They all did not make all that much money. These are the first profitable movies from Star Trek. So you get what you get. I mean, you have to. I mean, it's everybody says it's like Star Wars now, which is what they have a problem with. But hey, if it works,
that's the thing. And a lot of people say that, but they've been saying that for years. And then you have those hardcore Trekkies are like, no, we're not like Star Wars. We're completely different. We're more relatable because a lot of things that can't happen, in real life actually happen on, Star Trek. So yeah, we're not like them. Like, okay, well, that's
you know what I say to those fans? I say it's a movie. None of that stuff is happening.
Well, wait. if you there's a post that has gone around at least Facebook that shows how Star Trek has predicted the future.
Oh yes, you're right. You're right. The doors that open by themselves. That was science fiction.
Yeah, and then the tablet, and I believe it was the Google Glasses that was also a part of Star Trek.
And that big old screen. I mean, look what we're doing right now. We're
Right,
pretty much Skyping through the internet. They predicted that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
So
yeah,
they win. They got a couple points.
I mean, it's like I said, it's pretty good to get into, and it's more relatable. I mean, the thing about Star Wars is that it is a galaxy far, far away, and
It's fantasy.
the mindset exactly is strictly fantasy. It's not something that could happen. It's something that's fantasy. It's not.
I think it's more fantasy than it is than it is science fiction, because I mean, look at how Star Wars begins a long time ago on a planet far, far away. That's a modern version of Once Upon a Time.
Right.
It's a fantasy.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I enjoy it.
Hard about it. But then again, like a lot of the things that happen with the prequels is that they introduced a lot of politics, which
Oh yeah, that whole movie, there was a lot of talking.
a lot of talking. But you know what? I actually enjoyed the prequels as much as a lot of people down it. I'm like, I actually enjoy it. I mainly enjoy it because of Anakin Skywalker, which a lot of people down it. I love.
Here's my question. Here's how I'm gonna end this segment up. Do you think that the directors of the upcoming movies should introduce Anakin Skywalker back as maybe footage that was found back when he was still a Jedi, or as a Force ghost, or just leave it alone? What do you think?
I don't know, because there's already been talk about him coming back somewhat. I don't know how they're planning on him coming back, but there have been talk. So
but you don't know, you don't think it should happen, or you think you don't?
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, because I don't know how I felt about the whole projection of him coming out in I think it was the 6th movie, as everybody's all happy, and then all the ghosts of Yoda, and it's like,
his Force ghost was replaced with Anakin Skywalker.
And it's like,
with young Annie, yeah.
It was like, that's great, but why would he come back as not burnt?
I don't know why they decided, because the original footage was they had an actor who played Anakin. He looked older. He looked like a regular guy, but he was older.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one Star Wars fan who hated the fact that they digitally took that actor out and replaced him with a Hayden Christensen. He said it's like going into your house and finding your old family album, and you're flipping through the pages, and all of a sudden your favorite your pictures of your grandfather have all been cut out and replaced with Hayden Christensen. So he sounds like, well, I was like, wow, that's a crazy analogy, but that's how they took it. That was an insult.
I would say a younger version of your grandfather, but okay.
But that's not how they remember Anakin.
But that's
who
not
watched the
how
original
they remembered Anakin anyway. He was a burnt up black man.
The actor that played the Force ghost at the end of Jedi was an older white guy.
Right. I mean, I'm just saying, like, we're talking about the most times that we actually heard anything about Anakin.
He was Darth Vader.
For these prequels, he was Darth Vader. He was Darth Vader,
Right. I mean, I didn't have a personal problem with it, but I understood why people who grew up on Return of the Jedi, why they had a problem with it.
Yeah, I guess I understand. It's like, but he was James Earl Jones.
Yeah. To a lot of people, it was James Earl Jones.
So it's like, so if you want to say, oh, that that's horrible. Replacement. Okay, well, how do you think I feel? I hear James Earl Jones throughout this whole time, and it turns out that it's not James Earl Jones.
Yeah, you know that it's another guy in there. Yeah, I mean, well, hey, I'll be thankful for what we got, because if before James Earl Jones got the role to voice over Darth Vader, they were going to go with the guy who was actually in the suit, some British guy who it just sounded horrible. Look up the footage of the original Darth Vader voice.
Oh yeah, I've heard it.
Horrible. It's horrible.
I've heard it.
Thanks, James. And you know, James is coming back for the Star Wars Rogue One.
Oh.
So we got that back. So before I end it off, I wanted to do one last segment, if you don't mind. I have a we got your mail is what we call it. So sometimes when here talking to the medias, we get mail that was accidentally received by us because maybe somebody sent an email to their favorite channel, their email, but maybe they might have gotten one letter wrong, and it comes to us by mistake. And so when we get those letters, we say we read them out here on the channel. We call them up and we email them and let them know, hey, I'm sorry, you got the wrong guy. But just like a good neighbor, I got your mail, so I'm gonna pass off. So that's why we call this "We Got Your Mail." So on this letter that we got today, this actually just came in today. I want you to help me out with this one. What are your thoughts on this? So, okay, here's a question from a viewer, and he says, since the Gambit movie, according to Prominence X producer Simon Kinberg, is meant to start filming and production in 2017, I ask, what do you guys think are the chances of it actually happening, and indeed of it being a good film? Also, what would your dream X film or X-Men spinoff movie be?
Ooh.
Let's start. I'm gonna let you start this one off.
Ooh. Okay, so Gambit film, whether or not it will happen, and whether or not it will be good. Man, it's hard. That is a really, really hard question, because in Wolverine, we were praying, and Gambit didn't come out as good as we thought he was going to come out, even though he was much better in the actual game that went with the movie, which is idiotic. I don't know who they plan on actually.
Oh, it's Double XL. What's his name from?
Oh, okay. I think that would be a good. I think that would be a good movie. I can see that. Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum. Yes, he's producing it too.
I can see that. I would go see that. I would. I think it would be a good movie.
So you think it would be good?
I think it will be a good movie.
Double XL is in it. Magic Mike.
Funny enough, I haven't watched Double XL, so I'm not coming from that perspective.
Okay.
But from what I hear of Double XL and what I have seen of footage of Double XL, I think he can pull it off. I mean, no pun intended, but I think that he can do a good job as Gambit. I mean, mainly is all about he has the face, he has the build. It's all about
pull off the accent, though.
Exactly, it's all about
what happens when he says gumbo.
Right. He has to get that down. If he doesn't get that down, then he's not Gambit.
You're right.
No matter what he does, he could have that outfit down, but just like how I feel about Storm, no matter what they do, Storm is still not Storm.
Going back to, I think that just like Deadpool, which also came from Wolverine Origins, Gambit has a shot. It's just that you're right. These accents, the character development, all of that, it's all going to depend on that. But I think I don't know if you know about it, but the Gambit movie was scheduled to be like about $150 million budget. which after Deadpool came out with only that low budget and made the most money that any X-Men movie has ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I think Fox was like, no. So I'm thinking that it can be done right if they pull back on the budget. Shannon Tatum is a good pick in my opinion because he's getting way better as an actor. It just I think Deadpool has created a blueprint that you don't need to make these movies cost $200 million to be successful. And I think that's what Fox is thinking about right now. So the movie's been delayed so many times, but I think it will happen. And I think it can be done. I hope I'm hopeful that it'll be good, but I think Channing Tatum is a good choice because he's a recognizable face and he's getting better as an actor, and I trust him.
Yeah, I'm with you. I trust him. I trust him to deliver us a good Gambit.
Yeah, you heard it here first, guys. So all right. So you got double it, Magic Mike. You got our trust. We both just don't dance. That's all I ask.
Oh no, you could dance.
No,
I can see Gambit dancing. I can't.
Don't do it.
No. I mean, he already has that pole. You know, he can.
Oh my God.
He can whip out that pole. He can pole dance. Give me
on that note.
and then give me a Rogue watching him pole dancing.
Just don't touch.
No touch. Exactly. She can touch. She can't. Or have her touch and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't touch." I'm sorry.
But that would this movie would go into a whole different direction if that happened.
It'll go into the direction that we want it to go.
With Gambit in the hospital.
Gambit will get out the hospital soon. I mean, how many times has he been in the hospital?
The rogue Gambit thing. I know. They didn't do that right in the movie. So hopefully, you're right, man. Hopefully they'll do it. I hope Rogue is in the Gambit movie. That would be nice.
Yeah, I hope they recast, Rogue. I didn't like that Rogue.
Yeah. Agreed. So thanks. So I want to say thanks, Reese, for helping me out with this episode, talking through the medias, and we covered it all. I appreciate you, man, for having time to stay up late with me and record this. Can you I want to make sure I plug it right. So I want to give you the microphone. Let everybody know exactly where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me at Reese TV. That is RYCE TV, no space. Even if you put a space, I've made sure that it's tagged and you can put a space and you should be able to find me. However, there is this low life that is called Reese TV right now. So if it's a woman and a very attractive woman, that's probably me. So go to that channel and get your nerd on.
Right on. So check out Reese TV. She's a geek and a half. So go check her out.
Haven't done.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that like, hit comments. As always, guys, you know that you can always come here for the exact same thing. We always like to talk movies. So till next time, guys, appreciate it. Let's keep talking. Peace.